Welcome back to Tailgate Talk with Aaron and Sean. Here we are on Season 1, Episode number 6, my friend.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and we're walking into week number 5 in high school football.
Yup.
And which means it's the halfway point.
Yep.
And we will soon be having to look at the playoff pictures.
Which kind of sucks, in a way.
It's winding up fast.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, Tennessee's going into week number 6.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
All right, guys. We want to thank y'all for listening and for everybody for supporting us and for all the new people that's came on and liked us on Facebook and for the ones that's subscribing to us on YouTube. If you haven't done that, we encourage you to like us on Facebook. You know, go and hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel. And then follow us as well on all your favorite podcast platforms and that we're on. So if you can do that for us, we would greatly appreciate it.
And our Facebook went crazy this week.
It has went crazy this week.
My phone just kept blowing up. I was at work and like every time I looked at my phone, there was somebody new liking it. So we really appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. We do appreciate you. And if you ain't shared the word, you know, when you go to the ball games, whisper in somebody's ear, you know, about what's going on Tailgate Talk, we greatly appreciate all the support that you can give us and everything. We hope you're enjoying these as much as we are doing them. We're having a blast, and we want you all to have a blast with us and enjoy listening. And so, Sean, you got anything, just random stuff that you need to talk about?
Random stuff. Sunday was mine and my wife's 1-year anniversary, so happy anniversary to my wife.
Yeah, happy anniversary, buddy. Yeah. So, I can't believe she split up with you for 1 year.
It's surprising. We'll see how next year goes.
Well, you know what they say. You know, you take it year by year.
Right.
Actually, day by day.
Day by day. With me, it's like minute by minute, really.
I heard that.
Yeah. I mean, you know as well as anybody.
Yeah. Well, Matt McClung has left the Gate City once again and headed to Orlando, Florida.
Yes, sir.
And from what we found out, he has actually now signed a full contract with the Orlando Magic. So that is big news for Matt McClung. Yep. Something I think that he's been needing to get for a long time.
He worked his tail off. I mean, he went crazy in the G League, Rookie of the Year. You know, I can't remember his exact averages, but you know his team won the championship, and he was a big part of that. And he's really a stud. I'm super glad that he finally is getting recognition. You know.
Oh yeah, me too, man.
And you know, an NBA slam dunk champion. That's crazy. It's never been done by somebody in the G League. He's just a heck of an athlete and a good guy from what I've heard. I've never met him, but I heard he's humble and he's a good guy.
Yeah, man, they had some videos this week. The Danny Cooper guy that he trains with on YouTube. Did you see any of those?
I did not.
Oh, dude, they got them down there training.
Yeah.
And they're in Mac's basement doing some final training.
That's awesome.
And you can tell Danny Cooper's like completely wore out because the workout Mac's putting him through and stuff, and Mac's like, we don't get tired. We can't afford to get tired. You know, so
I mean,
a
stud, man.
You know, the thing is, he goes, they're not going to outwork me. I can't afford to get tired. I'm not tired. I will not get tired. I mean, he's just going on. Dude.
He's definitely worked for this, and I'm super happy for him.
Yeah, he's definitely worked hard. Worked really hard on this. Well, here's what we'll be covering in this episode. We got a little bit of college football to go over with you. We got some NFL stuff that we'll be touching on this week. Also, we have the last week's VHSL scores for the Mountain 7 and Cumberland District. And then we'll be doing a Mountain 7 rundown, the Cumberland District rundown, and then of course, we done went over the NBA stuff and everything like that. But we'll go ahead and, go ahead and get on into some of this good old college football.
Yes, sir. I'm excited about the first game we got, too.
Oh, son, tell us about the Tennessee Florida.
I called it.
You
I
did.
called the score 28-14. It was 29-16.
I mean, that's...
I didn't see what I needed to see from Tennessee Volunteers, and I thought, going into Florida, like, we talked about last time, that's a super hard place to play. Like whoever goes to Florida, you got a tough game in Florida. It don't matter. And, Florida came to prove it, and they definitely did.
Honestly, Florida's better than we saw in week 1.
Oh, yeah. And also, Joe Milton, I thought, when I watched him, like, earlier in the spring and, coming into the summer, and, man, like, he looked so good, like, through everything. And now, one drive, he looks like he could be a starting quarterback in the NFL, and the next drive, he looks like he's playing JV football. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
It's like he's so inconsistent.
Very. And the thing of it is, you're getting 2 bad drives.
Yeah.
And then he comes out and throws a 90-yard ball down the field that's like the most perfect pass that anybody could throw. And you're thinking,
it makes no sense.
What's going on here, So I don't know. The theory may be coming true. They may be in the...
They may be. I could definitely see it happening. I really could.
Absolutely. Colorado primetime.
Colorado. What a wild game. I tried to stay home and watch it, man. I passed out. My wife told me she woke up in the middle of the night and that game was still on. She cut it off.
I watched it all.
Shoo, I couldn't do it.
And it went off at like...
It was like 2:30, wasn't it?
2:26, man.
That's crazy.
I looked at the clock when it was all. I was like, dang, it's 2:26 in the morning.
But what a great game that one, too.
Man, it was so exciting.
Such a good game. It chippy the whole way, but it got a little out of hand a couple times, I thought. But,
yeah, it did. It got completely out of hand.
Yeah, I mean, but, them two teams hate each other, apparently. I mean, they definitely showed they had heavy dislike for each other.
Well, you disrespect Dion, he's going to turn it up on you. Well, Dion's mama. You realize I'd heard a thing, Dion with the sunglass deal.
Mm-hmm.
So he was giving players out sunglasses and stuff.
I seen that.
Okay, like they sold over 1 million pair of them sunglasses in 3 minutes.
Gosh. That's nuts.
Just because of that.
Just because of prime time, baby.
Yeah.
And also a huge game from his son again. Took him, 90
yards?
90 yards?
Force overtime.
Yeah. I'm telling you, that kid is the real deal.
He's good.
He is good. He really is.
He really is.
He's so good. And the late hit on Travis Hunter, that dude is getting death threats at his house, the dude that hit Travis Hunter. That's crazy to me. It's just a football game. I understand the hit was late, it was dirty. But, man, death threats to that guy's family, that's a little bit much, I think. Over a game of football.
Very uncalled for.
Yeah, it's crazy. And, yeah, it was a dirty hit, but, man, I mean, you got to stop at some point. That's a little crazy to me, but.
Yeah, well, like we said before, man, the money that is this, I mean, they're changing college football like, this is like one of the biggest flips in college football seen in years.
Yeah.
With what they've Leon's came in and done. I mean, you have networks now fighting over
who's
coverage.
Who's going to get the game,
So, I mean, for 3 weeks in a row, you had the 12 o'clock kickoff show there.
Crazy.
And then last week also, College game day. So now Fox and ESPN are fighting over who's going to cover these games.
And they have a huge game this week, too, against Oregon. That's going to be a huge game for them. I'm sorry.
Honestly, I think this is going to really tell us just how good Colorado actually is.
This is definitely going to be the test, no doubt. But, man, I love what I'm seeing. I love Dion. We talked about that like a million times on here. But, man, his sons are special players, too.
Oh, yeah.
Which, I did see that Travis Hunter's going to be out like 3 weeks. That is a massive loss to them. That's their best receiver and their best cornerback. So, that's a huge loss. So, we'll see.
I'm not sure how big it is because he still had 400 yards passing. And
That is true. That is true.
Didn't have him, so obviously there's other people that are making plays, you know, too, you know. It's just craziness. Well, I'll tell you, Colorado kind of reminds me of the early Miami Hurricanes when they were like, oh, we're not going to take nothing from you, you know.
Yeah.
If you want a fist fight, we're going to fist fight. You know what I mean? If you want to, whatever, you know. So, I'm kind of liking that.
Yeah, they're gritty for sure. Tough.
Yeah.
I like it too.
Those are the kind of people that makes excellent football
did you see,
teams.
after the late hit on Travis Hunter, did you see who the first person to go yell at that dude getting his face was?
Oh, yeah.
Shadur Sanders, man.
Yeah, he
was the first person right there in that dude's face.
Yep. Florida State Boston College game, bro.
Wider than a buck.
I mean, Boston College.
They played some ball, didn't they?
They played some daggone football,
They
man.
sure did.
I mean, Florida State wasn't that bad in this game.
No.
I mean, Boston College came out and played some football.
I agree with you.
And I'm like, they're fixing to upset them.
I thought so, too. I really thought they were about to win it. I really did.
That just floored me at how well they done.
I can't remember the final score to that one.
31-29. Yeah, it was close.
I had to look right here, but yeah.
It was close, man.
But that quarterback from Florida State, he is awesome. I really think he is super good. I mean, like, in the LSU game, you know, I thought he looked really good, but this week I thought he looked really good again. You know, he's taking care of that's one of the biggest things I see out of him is he's taking good care of the football.
Yeah.
You know, he's not putting it out there where just anybody can get it. You know, he's putting it where his guys can get it. He's a good player, man.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad to see this kind of game. You know, kind of helps them grow up a little more.
Yep.
And you kind of see if they really have that dog at fight in them, and they got into a dog fight here, and they came out victorious over it. They fought to the end, and they made it happen.
And you know, we thought this week too. We thought you know, last week the only game we put on the podcast was Tennessee, Florida. We thought that was going to be the only, you know, good game. Alabama had a close game, 17-3.
There's trouble brewing in Alabama, my friend.
They played two quarterbacks. Neither one of them was the Milroe guy. Ain't that his name?
Yep.
Yeah, Milroe. Didn't even let the kid touch the field. One quarterback had like 70 yards passing. The other one had like 50. I don't know why you don't give the kid a chance to go in the game and make something happen.
Yeah, they should have played him at some point.
That's
in that
what
game.
I thought, but, you know.
I mean, I felt like they would be doing a two-quarterback thing, and that's probably still in the makings for
yeah, but, I mean,
the
way
future.
I kind of thought about it is like, you know, he was one of the better athletes on the field in the Texas game.
He is a very good athlete.
I mean, why wouldn't you give the kid a chance?
And with your offensive line not protecting well, I mean, you really want the athlete there.
Yeah.
But them setting him this week, I feel like probably has crushed this kid's confidence.
Yeah, I would.
And now they're giving him the start again this coming week. They've already announced this. I mean, man, you may have just killed what you had.
It's crazy, yeah.
So they're in big trouble, dude. Yeah. But they're still undefeated in the SEC.
Yeah.
And
also,
they're not out of it.
You didn't put this one on there either, but I just want to mention South Carolina and Georgia. Super competitive game.
Yes.
Good game.
Let me tell you what. I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
Did you watch any of this game?
South Carolina, Georgia? Yeah, I watched almost all of it.
Okay.
I was flipping back and forth between it and Alabama.
First half Georgia?
Yeah.
Second half Georgia?
Yeah. Completely different teams.
It looked like a whole different team dressed out in the second half.
Yep.
Second half Georgia looked like national champions. There was that big a difference.
Yeah, I completely agree. I was trying to, there was something crazy that happened that I wanted to mention before we move on from college football. This is what it was. So, the first week of the season, Oregon beat Portland State 81-7. Okay? So, Oregon beats Portland State 81-7. This week, Portland State played North America College. You ever heard of them?
No.
Yeah, me neither. They beat them 91-0.
I'm not seeing how this has helped them any.
Portland State beat them 91-0. And 2 weeks ago, lost to 81-7 to Oregon. So that team must have been like a 12U team. And they just said, you know what? We're going to go try it.
I don't get it.
I don't either. But I just wanted to mention that because that's a crazy score.
I do not get it. I want to mention something else.
Okay.
You're talking about, this was across the phone the other night, you were talking about Shador being Heisman and all this. Have you seen the Washington quarterback?
Yes.
His numbers?
Unreal.
Do you realize 80% of his passes are for 20 yards or more?
Yeah.
And right now his stats are every time he drops back, they're averaging 11 yards a play.
Gosh.
And he is still, even at the deep ball of 20 yards or more, is the majority of his passes, he's still at an 80% completion ratio.
Gosh.
That's Heisman.
That is crazy. Yeah.
That is Heisman.
Now, I just want to put it out there. I didn't say Shador was going to win the Heisman. I just sent you a thing that said.
I know.
I just didn't want people to be like, this dude's crazy.
Oh, no.
But Shador, he'll be in the race, I feel like.
Go in the talk.
But yeah. Yeah, that guy from Washington is the real deal. He is really good.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name. For the life of me, cannot remember his name.
He's super good. All right. NFL, I just want to mention the Lions lost the heartbreaker yesterday.
Yep.
Not really a Lions fan, but I pull for them right now.
My Dolphins beat the Patriots in the night game Sunday. You love to see that. Gosh, there was something. Oh, Nick Chubb just destroyed his leg last night.
That was
terrible to see. Terrible to see. I hate seeing anybody get hurt, but especially like that. Goodness gracious.
It looked horrible.
When the announcers of the game say, we're not going to show a replay of that because it's that bad, it's that bad.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible for Nick Chubb.
It looked really bad. Looked really, really
and
bad.
And terrible for the Browns, too. Nick Chubb is a stud.
Yeah, he's there.
Yeah, so, that's just awful all around. I hate to see that.
Yeah, man. Well, let's get into some VHSL football, baby.
Let's go.
And let's run down this week number 4. And,
yeah.
This first game right here was Graham 14.
Yep.
And Union 27,
yes,
buddy.
Sir. Yes, sir.
I'll tell you, my take on this was, after watching it, was Graham takes the opening kickoff.
Yep.
First play from scrimmage, they cough the ball up. Union pounces on it. One play later, they're in the end zone. Graham's down 7-0. You talking about shell-shocked.
Yep. And
they never could recoup from it.
I was about to say something along the same lines when I watched it. Union got that ball on the first play, and they never looked back.
No,
they were rolling.
I honestly feel like Graham was very, very shell-shocked.
I think so.
And it's the first time I've actually watched Graham play this year. And they're not the Graham that they've been.
No.
Not taking nothing away from Union.
Right. Their best player is out also.
They went in there and took care of business.
Yeah.
But, that right there, I think, right off the bat, just shell-shocked them.
Yeah.
And they just could not cope from it.
Yeah, I thought they just never recovered.
Union,
huge win.
Had their way with them, honestly.
Huge win for Union.
It is. But, I just wonder, just how good is Graham this year?
Yeah. It's hard to tell.
Well, you know that Union's the only team they've played that's got a winning record.
Oh, I did not know that.
Bluefield's 1-3. Galax is like 1-2 or 1-3, and then Georgia West 1-2, or 1-3. One of them, they have two teams that's 1-3. One of them was 1-2.
Okay.
So the first one, that,
Yeah.
I mean, so we're fixing to find out, just how good this game really was, and how big that this victory was for Union.
Yeah.
But either way, they snapped a 30-some game regular season win streak, and that's huge.
Massive.
And, dude, Union ate their line up.
Yep. I'm just so happy.
Ate them up.
That somebody from here, every single year we get to the playoffs, teams from around here, they go to Graham, get demolished every year, Oh,
yeah, me too.
And now, it's like somebody finally got over the hump,
Yeah, Union proved this year that teams can compete with.
Yep, that's a fact. I'm excited, man.
Yeah, man.
Union is the real deal.
Yep. Gay City 20, Marion 7.
Thank God for the bounce back win.
Yeah, this one actually could have been a little worse.
I thought so.
Gay City took a knee on the 2-yard line after they got a first and goal at the 2. Hats off to Jeremy for not rubbing it in your face. Take the knee, run the clock out. Which is what Pruitt should have done in that Tennessee game. Just let the clock run out. Don't cause a fight and call them timeout. You're not going to win either way. That was stupid. But Jeremy did. He just took a knee on it. But
which is, I think that's the commendable thing to do. Instead of trying to run the score up, you got the win. What's the point?
Yeah,
take the knee. That's a respectable thing to do.
It is, but I'll just be honest with you, man. Gay City has not played well the last 2 weeks, and I really sat down this week and just paid attention who was on the field, who wasn't.
Yeah.
And the last 2 weeks, they've had several players out.
Yeah.
The House Right kid was out during the Abingdon game. This past week, their number 1 receiver's out. Hopefully that he'll even be back for the Union game. So they've had some, but now they're running back that we thought was out.
No, the other guy.
Yeah, that we thought was probably going to be out for the season. He actually played in this game. They didn't run him a lot, but I guess they're easing him back into it.
Yeah.
But he did play. But yeah, so maybe the injury bug might have hit him a little bit. We didn't realize that, but hopefully they're starting to get past this.
Yeah. That's I said when they lost to Abingdon, that don't make Gate City a bad team, and I still think they're not a bad team. And they got a big task in front of them this week. I can tell you that for sure. That's a big task.
Penalties and just little bitty things right now is absolutely.
that's what killed them in the Abingdon game was just penalties, stupid penalties.
Yeah.
Just
it's really plaguing them really, really, really bad. So, Ridgeview,
Virginia High,
16.
Friday night rivals.
Virginia High 0. Honestly, I felt like this game was probably a little tighter than what the score was.
I would agree with that
because Virginia High did have that 50, 60-yard touchdown run called back. That might flip a little momentum right there if it stands. I think Ridgeview answered the call what we've been wanting to see. It's their first test, really, of this one. And they fought, man. They
definitely did. I'll say this, too. We've been joking. Kermit especially has been joking when that kid said, we got the best secondary, whatever. I can't remember what the kid said on Friday Night Rivals or whatever when they was on there. You know what I'm talking about?
They're good, and I told you
that secondary is good. They really are
very
good. They pick off Ryan O'Quinn twice.
Dropped one.
Yeah, they dropped one.
Picked off two.
One was an overthrown ball, 100%. It was Ryan's fault. It's on Ryan. The second one or well, technically that was the second pick they had was the overthrown ball. The first pick they had, he threw it, hit a guy in the hands, guy didn't catch it, tips it up in the air, the other guy picks it off. So that ain't on him. But man, I don't know. It's.
I think the strong point of Virginia High's football team is their defense.
Yeah, I would.
Their defense
agree.
is good, man.
They're all something that I don't know. I've not watched Virginia High play until this week, but their offense is not very dynamic. I will tell you that
they're not. I think they're still trying to figure it out.
They ran like 2 plays the whole game. They ran the big boy up the middle, or they ran one of the smaller guys outside. That's all they done.
Yeah.
The whole game. And at first, they were driving it down Ridgeview's throat, no doubt. But I thought.
I think if they figure that out,
yeah,
and get their offense rolling, they can.
Yeah. And they definitely got some athletes too.
Oh yeah, they got athletes everywhere.
Back to Ridgeview, I think Ridgeview's going to have trouble when they get. Virginia High is their first test, and I still don't think Virginia High is super, super great. Virginia High is not to the top level, you know what I'm saying? Like with Union Bears, they're just not there. I think for Ridgeview, they have to find somebody on offense other than this Hayden Baker kid. That kid's a heck of an athlete. Ryan's a heck of an athlete. But when you're throwing the ball to one guy the whole game, that's your deep threat receiver. And Branson Honecker had a couple catches, the middle linebacker. He plays receiver. And this week they had him at running back, which is something that we didn't talk about it on the podcast, but I talked about it with you, is that, when Gabe goes down, he's going to be out for the year. You're going to have somebody tough to run that football. Branson Honecker, I thought, could have been that guy, but he carries the ball like a daggum loaf of bread. Okay. Yeah. Fumbles, I want to say twice, but I don't think he fumbled twice. I know for a fact he fumbles once. On another run, they zoom in on this run, and he takes it straight up the middle, about gets it popped out again, barely hung on to it. Man, I don't know about, it's hard to tell, but I didn't think Ridgeview looked great. I mean, they win the game, but, I don't think Virginia High's what Union is or what Gate City is or, these teams.
No, I don't think they're very far behind.
And I'm not. I agree with that.
Because I think, like we said, their offense, they get it going. Mm-hmm. Their defense is good enough that they can win some ball games.
Right, and I'm not trying to say, that Ridgeview's a bad team. I think they're right up there with Union, Gate City, right at the top of the district. But I just was not very impressed with what I seen, they just didn't look great.
Well, you've watched them play.
Yeah, exactly.
Three games that they just blow people out on, and then they finally met a good defense.
Yeah.
So it slowed the offense down, and it's not going to look as pretty.
Right, yeah.
Because...
That's a fact.
And it's for Virginia High's offense not to do no more than they did, and their defense was on the field. The guys fought to the end, and they still had some.
No doubt.
They still had some fight. When I say this, it's literally they had some fight about them.
Yeah, they sure did.
Everybody had some fight out of them at the end of this one.
Did you see the interception? The kid picked Ryan O'Quinn off. Right, gets tackled. He throws his hands up like this. Then Ryan O'Quinn picks him off. Did you see what Ryan O'Quinn done?
Yeah,
same thing.
Yeah.
Walking off the field. So man, that's tough. But yeah, I think Ridgeview, they're definitely going to have to get it figured out before they get in this district play. They got Richlands next week, I think. So. I think they'll roll on Richlands, but man, this was I think this should be a wake up call.
Lehigh next.
Oh, Lehigh next week, my bad, and then Richlands. I think. But I think this should be a wake up call. They're going to have to really figure some things out on offense. So that's what I got.
Wise Central 6.
Yeah.
Letcher County 48.
Yeah.
I think Letcher County probably brought their JV.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be much worse.
And it probably could have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cut and dry. That one's a flood.
Did you get the hip waders?
I did. I did. I broke them out, made sure the wife was safe, everything went good. So, you know.
Did you give her floaties?
Yeah, I made sure everything's good.
Okay, good.
You know,
Good.
put the cat in the arm floaty. You know, everything's good.
That's hilarious. Lehigh.
They really rolled in this one. Also, I'd like to say while we're on the topic of Lehigh, quarterback is not out for the season. I thought on Twitter, I seen that, not Twitter anymore, whatever it's called now. He had a knee injury, right? Like a season-ending knee injury. That is completely false. He had a sprained ankle. I don't know where somebody got this kid towards ACL, and that's my bad for saying that on the podcast.
Well, I
said that I didn't know for sure, but still, you know, I don't want, you know, nobody to think. Well, I said that I was. But the kid, all he had was like a sprained ankle or something.
Well, I think he played in this game, obviously,
yep.
because it was 56 they scored.
Yeah.
And, yeah. So they beat Pineville 56-28.
And we talked
I'm surprised about Pineville scoring as much as they did.
Yeah.
Are you?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I thought Lehigh, the strong suit of their team is definitely their offense. I didn't think their defense looked really great, which I did watch them play Union also. You know, Union's
they're
a powerhouse.
Yeah.
So, but man, that their offense is, I think, really good. Like we said, you know, we went and watched them play Union. Obviously, Union is a dominant team right now, but it's like. They still had moments on offense, Lehigh did, where I thought they looked really, really good. You know, I think their quarterback is a really good player, and I love the offense they run for high school. That is such, you know, they're really taking their offense to the next level. I mean, it's no huddle. You know, they're getting the play from the sideline all the time. I mean, they never huddle. I think it's awesome the way they do that, and I don't know what year that quarterback is. But, man, if they can get some people around him, they could really be dangerous.
I think he's sophomore or junior.
Yeah, I mean, they could really be good.
I tell you what's going to happen to them.
What's that?
You're going to have some kids out there laying down, acting like they're hurt.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, boys. This next one right here, Abingdon 37, Richland 7.
Yep.
Just show you, the Abingdon's still pretty dang good.
Yeah, I thought that's what I was going to say is that Abingdon now is starting to look like Abingdon that we've known for, you know, the last 4 or 5 years. They're starting to really, they took a bad loss to John Battle, but then, and then they took a loss to Christiansburg because they got slaughtered up there. But then you come back, beat Gate City, beat Richlands, I mean, they could really shock some people in here.
Well, I just felt like that the Richlands Gate City game was just like last year.
Yeah.
Just the shoes on the other foot this time. Gate City goes into that game 0-2 last year, beats Abingdon, sparks them.
Yeah,
they go rolling.
Yeah,
and
beat Union twice.
I'm afraid that's what's happening right now with Abingdon.
Yeah, I think
they got that spark, and sometimes you just gotta get the motor cranked and get it running. And I believe it's they probably still have a screw or two to turn to get her idling right and really making some speed. But they're figuring some things out, I believe. So come on, guys, don't be sleeping on them.
Yeah,
I mean, because Abingdon is a little better than what any of us really thought. I mean, them getting beat that week one really, kind of made us go,
yeah.
Then week 2 rolls around,
yeah. But, yeah. Now, like I said, they're getting back to the Abingdon that we've known, for the last few years.
It's just making this Mountain 7 a little tougher.
Yep, sure enough.
Yeah, man. Ryko 44, Thomas Walker 0.
I seen this one coming.
I did too.
Ryko's just powerhouse, man. They look really good, and I mean, I don't think Thomas Walker's like awful, but they played a really good team this week in Ryko.
They did.
They sure did.
And if Ryko can get by, I think their only other game before week 10 that kind of there. I'm
Yeah.
not saying they win it or lose it. I mean, but is East Side game.
Yeah.
Twin Springs and Rocco is going to be.
Yeah.
Both of them's going to be unbeaten in the district when they roll into that game, and it's going to be for the district
Cumberland
championship. Yeah,
be a big game.
So you think the Honaker game was big and crowded?
I might try to go that
and
one
the
too.
crowd was hostile.
Yeah,
it's going to be hostile.
I'll let you drive this time.
Well, we definitely don't want you getting lost on dirt roads.
No, we don't. I'm gonna have to take a gun with me this time. It's just too much.
And speaking of the Twin Springs team, they roll into John I. Burton. They steamrolled them 49-12.
My prediction by a million was off by just a few points, but
I think 49.
I was surprised Burton scored 12 on them. Good for Burton.
I'm sure that came late.
Yeah, but, hey,
I'm not sure that it did, but I'd say it did. Castlewood 6, Lebanon 42.
Seen that one coming through.
Yeah, no surprise there. This next game here, man, was awesome game, dude. I went back and watched this one because I was like, God, I got to see what's going on here. I'm going to tell you, and I'll be honest with you, I think, I did predict Chilhowie to win big last week, but I know a little guy that probably listens to this podcast.
Yep.
So I'm trying to build a little far, So that's why I done that. I really still feel like Chilhowie was the better team.
Yeah, I do too.
Of them going into it. But I'm going to tell you something. I don't really feel that way now.
Really?
I mean, I think Eastside's getting it together, man.
Yeah, I think they are too.
They've lost 3 games now.
Yeah.
And
by a combination of like 5 points.
Man, one play.
Yep.
Either way. So they're what, 1-3?
Yeah, 1-3.
Very easily could be.
Yeah. They could be 4-0 right now.
They could be 4-0.
And I would like to say, Kermit did call this. We both predicted Chilhowie to win big. Kermit said, Eastside don't play games like that. I'll take them by a point. I'll take them by 2. Whatever he said. But I just keep looking at these Eastside scores, and I'm like, what? Like, why is every game, like, Eastside's fans must be just in shambles at all times because they play, every game they play is an absolute nail biter.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I mean, they've had it rough too because they've been on the road.
Yeah.
And it's been terrible road trips, man. I mean, 3 in a row. So that has to take a lot out of them just in the way the traveling is. Now, the trip up to Chilhowie was
probably the best bus ride they've had.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I mean, it's a long trip, but it's actually not like going to the others.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a more pleasant trip for them. All right, man. Week 5, pick 'em. This first game right here.
Game of the week.
Game of the week for this week. I'd like to spend a little time on this one, break it down kind of good. And we have Gate City at Union. So, what do you think?
I'm trying to let me get my thoughts together here. So, I think this game is going to go one of 2 ways. Okay, if Gate City plays like they played against Abingdon, they're going to get smacked. If Gate City comes out and plays like they played against Middlesboro, it's going to be a good game.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
I think now. I'm not trying to knock Gate City, not saying nothing bad about Gate City. Realistically, I think Union is probably 2 scores, 3 scores better than Gate City. No, I really think they are. But you can't count Gate City out. That's what I'll say. Like last year, just like you were talking, they play Abingdon the 3rd week, go in that game 0-2, play Abingdon, beat them, keep rolling, beat Union twice. Have I think they had a close game with Ridgeview last year. Not 100% sure.
No, Ridgeview.
Did they roll them?
Steamrolled them pretty good.
Okay, I thought for some reason I thought they had I mean, not like super close, but I thought it was competitive.
No, that
Okay.
Union or
Okay.
Ridgeview
I'm wrong.
took it to them pretty good.
I feel like I was
last year.
even at that game too. But
It was at Gate City.
anyways, but I do think Union is 2 or 3 scores better than Gate City. I really do. But it's like I say, you cannot count Gate City out. And I mean, it's just so untelling. You know, I mean, you just never know. Like, but I do think Union is the better team.
I'm breaking it down for you.
Okay, go ahead.
You may think I'm crazy, but
Okay.
this is exactly how I see it. Neither one of these teams is going to look like any team that we've seen this whole year or anybody in the stands
Yeah.
when this game starts.
Yeah.
Anything that Union has seen on Gate City,
Yeah.
throw it out the window.
Gone. Yeah.
Anything that Gate City's seen on Union, throw it out the window. I think it's going to be both of them's going to come in with totally different game plans.
Yep.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to see the same Union offense probably. You're not going to see the same Union defense. You're not going to see the same Gate City offense, defense. This is a chess match.
Okay.
And they're trying to play it with each other.
Okay.
Okay?
I hear you.
Now,
Okay.
that being said, Gate City's got to clean up the penalties.
Yeah.
Gate City's got to quit making the stupid mistakes all the way around.
Yep.
They cannot play, like you said, like they have the last 2 weeks.
Yep.
The last 2 weeks, the way they play, they get steamrolled. And they probably are 21 points less than at least.
Yeah, if they play like that, at least, yes.
At least. But I'm going to tell you something. Union is 1-0 in this district.
Yeah.
Gate City is 0-1.
Yeah.
Gate City can't afford to lose this game.
That is a fact.
They cannot afford to lose this game if they got a shot, if they want a shot at this district title.
Yeah. That's a fact.
They can't afford it. Okay? Jeremy knows this, and I'm pretty sure he's preaching it into the head of 65 kids. If you don't win another game this year,
Yeah.
you're going to Big Stone Gap, and you've got to win this game. So
Wow.
we're not going to see.
You got deep on it.
I'm telling you, you're not going to see the same two teams
Okay.
that you've seen. I think Gate City will make this game way more competitive than what people think. And then again, they may not. I think Union is the better team.
Okay.
Hands down. I agree. But I love Gate City's coaching.
You love everything about it.
I
Everything
love
about Gate
everything.
City in general.
I mean, I still tell you when it's good, it's
Yeah.
good. When it ain't. And I'm not saying it because I'm a Gate City fan,
Yeah.
but I do got Union in this game. I'm not picking a score,
Okay.
but I do have Union in this game. But I won't be surprised if Gate City don't make it competitive and don't win it.
Okay. I'll pick a score.
Pick the score, bro.
I'll pick a score. That's like I say. Realistically, I do think Union is 2 to 3 scores better than Gate City, and I agree with some of what you said. That there's not a doubt in my mind that Gate City will come in there and they'll have a fire lit under them, and they'll make it competitive. Do this. Give me a key to victory. What is the key to victory for Gate City?
The key to victory for Gate City?
Yes.
They've got to keep Union off the field offensively.
Okay.
Okay. They got to eliminate penalties.
Okay.
And they got to continue this swarming defense. It's okay to give up some yards,
Yep.
but they've got to continue this bend but don't break style defense.
Yep.
If you start getting these breaks in the and start drive after drive letting them score,
Yep.
then it gets bad. So you got to continue that. Got to shut down the quarterback, make him try to beat you with his arm.
Yep. That's what I was.
His arm is better this year than what it was last year.
Yeah.
And so that's why I think Union knows this, and Union's not going to be so much in that spread as you think they are.
I like that. Here's what I'll say. I think the key to victory for Gate City. To win this game, okay, they, like you said, their defense has to be on. Completely on. You have to get hats to the football. Because I don't care. I don't care what team in this district is playing the Union Bears. You have to get people to Keith Chandler. That kid will kill you if you try to tackle him one-on-one. He's too big. He'll run over top of you. If Gate City gets hats to the football and contains Keith Chandler, just like you said, makes the quarterback beat you with his arm, that is the biggest deal, I think, for Gate City. If they let Union run the ball and run the ball hard like they have been doing against people, they're going to be in for a long night. But if they contain the run and make that quarterback beat them with his throwing ability, and I'm not taking nothing away from Paul Huff and these receivers. I think he's a super special player, and I think the quarterback's good. But if they can make him throw the football, force him to throw the football, I think they really got a fighting shot at it. If they do those things.
Yeah. I think for Union, you got to pound the ball, hit the deep ball. Pound the ball, hit the deep ball. How many of the deep balls can they get?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
When Gate City gets in that box, this is going to be a very physical football game.
I think so too.
Very, very physical football game. And all you Big Stone fans, please, save us a seat. I mean, we need a seat saved for this ball game. Because we may not get to be there early.
I'm probably definitely not going to be there.
So this is a very pivotal game in this district.
Yep.
It's a must-win game for Gate City.
I agree with that.
It hurts Gate City worse to lose it than it does for Union.
Yep.
Neither one's wanting you to lose it, of course. But, I mean, it does hurt Gate City worse. I mean, it pretty much knocks them out of the district race unless something crazy does go on later on in the district, and I just don't see that happen.
So I'm going to pick the score.
Bring it on.
Okay. You might not like it.
I'm not going to dislike it.
I'm going to take Union Bears 35, Gate City 17. That's what I think the score is going to be. That's what I'm taking. I think, like I said, if Gate City can make them throw the football, if you let them run, they will kill you. You got to make them throw the football. And I will even say you got to make them throw the football deep. You got to make them,
It's got to be the deep pass. Yeah. You got to take away the short stuff.
You got to take away the short stuff. They got too many playmakers.
That's practically a run play.
Yep. So, that's what I got. 35-17 Union Bears. That's what I got.
Okay, man. We both got Union Bears in it, but, I'm excited about this game to see it unfold and everything. Abingdon at Tennessee High. We're really going to see how good Abingdon is right here and see if they are, if they're getting her tuned in or not. I still think Tennessee High might have the edge on this one by about a touchdown. I'm going to go 28-21 Tennessee High in this one.
Okay.
What you got?
I'm trying to think. I don't know if it'll be that close.
You think Tennessee High's better, or do you think Abingdon gets it?
I don't know. Abingdon's so up and down. It's hard to tell. I'm going to take... I don't know what to do. I'm going to take Tennessee High. I'm going to take them 28-14.
So you think it's... Okay. It's not a bad
But just, I'm only taking that because, I don't know. Abington's just so strange this year, you know. Like they'll lose games and win games you think they can't win, and I don't know. So that's what I think. That's personally.
All right, Ridgeview versus Lehigh. This game I'm excited to see because I think Lehigh's offense is better than anybody that Ridgeview's got to see this year.
I will agree with
so
that.
It's going to be a little bit more of a test on their defense,
Yeah.
you know, to kind of see where they're at and everything. But I still got Ridgeview winning this game.
Yeah.
And I'll take Ridgeview 28, Lehigh 14.
I mean, I do think Ridgeview wins it. But I think, like you said, I think Ridgeview's weak spot is their defense. I think they have a couple really, really good players on defense. This defensive end they got, he's like number 8. He looks super good. Branson Honaker, the middle linebacker, you know, we've been talking about him. He's good. He's a headhunter. I think if them two play really well, they could probably contain Lehigh, you know. But like you said, too, I think...
Your phone's going off.
I don't know what is happening. Okay, that's strange. But I think... That's so weird. Like, I didn't even touch anything. So, I think that Lehigh is the best offense that Ridgeview's seen, no doubt.
I think so, too.
But I do have Ridgeview winning this game, and I think they'll win it. I'll take them 35-14. I think they're good enough to do that for sure. But, you know.
So you feel like Lehigh is not as good as Virginia High? Overall, general, combined?
I think their defense is worse, way worse than Virginia High's is. But I think their offense is way better than Virginia High's is.
Yeah. Well, they gave up quite a bit of points last week. So.
I could see them... I could see it being a really high-scoring game. You know, I think I think Ridgeview is quite a bit better, but I'd love to see a shootout, you know. I'd love to see a 52-55. I just don't think it's going to happen.
Oh, Lord. Go to the Pac-12.
Yeah.
Central, of course, this week is off. That's probably much needed for them.
Yeah.
All right. Patrick Henry's at John Battle.
This game, Patrick Henry's kind of rolling.
They have got it.
Yeah. Like
they're headed in the right way.
I can't remember. I seen they beat somebody a couple weeks back. Cannot remember who that was. They won a pretty big game, I thought.
Yeah, they're actually like...
It's going to kill me if I don't find out.
3-1, I think. So, I mean, you know, they're pretty good. After what happened with Battle and Hosen, I've got Patrick Henry winning this game 35-21.
Okay. What did you just say? 35-21 Patrick Henry?
Yeah, I got Patrick Henry 35-21.
I got John Battle.
All right.
I
like it.
I got John Battle.
I like it.
I got John Battle 21-17.
I like it.
That's what I got.
I mean, I don't know how you're giving Patrick Henry 17 when they don't kick field goals, but, you know.
So, what if I hit it on the head? Who knows?
If you hit it on the head, then you can buy me a steak dinner.
I don't know that is fair, but okay.
I mean, it's like, we can flip a coin too. Heads I win, tails you lose.
Patrick Henry beat Virginia High. They beat Lebanon. They beat Burton, obviously. But they took a loss last week to Grundy. I watched Grundy play Ridgeview. I know Ridgeview's a lot better team probably than Patrick Henry, but they lost to Grundy, and I didn't think Grundy looked super special at all. So, that's what I mean. It was a close game, 25-27, but that's what I think. So,
well, if John Battle plays like they did against I mean, and then
It'll be 42 to.
Yeah, they win
16.
it big. They can win it big. But I mean, John Battle, we don't know how to take them right now. I mean, I just ain't. Well, I ain't picking them no more because every time I've picked them, they've let me down. So that's why I went the way I did. Castlewood at Rye Cove.
Not going to be pretty.
I think you should save some diesel fuel.
Yeah. I got Castlewood 50, or I got Rye. Sorry, I got Rye Cove 52-0.
Man, I say you're pretty close.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 56.
I don't think it's going to be pretty at all.
56-0 Rye Cove on that one.
Dark quick.
East Side at Burton. East Side's going to actually not have a close game this week.
Yep.
They're going to get the Cruise in one.
With the way they play, it seems like they can't win a game by more than 3. So
maybe they like it though.
Maybe they let Burton stick around. Who knows? But seriously, I got East Side. I got them 42-7.
I got them 35-0. Twin Springs at Cumberland Gap. I really don't know nothing about Cumberland Gap, but I honestly feel like Twin Springs wins this game. Twin Springs is playing some daggone good football right now, and a lot of teams, and I like how they're doing it. They're flying under the radar with it. Yep. Everybody talk about Rye Cove. Everybody talk about Homeacre.
Yeah.
But they're going to have something to say about it in the end.
Oh, there ain't no doubt.
And I've got Twin Springs winning this game over Cumberland Gap.
I got Twin Springs
42-7.
I was going to say 42-0. So.
Well, there you go, mister. Thomas Walker at Unaka. Unaka is obviously trying to let the VHSL or talk the VHSL into letting them come over and join into the Cumberland District because they have played 2 teams already off the Cumberland. This will be their 3rd Cumberland District matchup.
Yeah.
And they've not fared well in any one of them.
No, sir.
Not one single one of them. So, I like Thomas Walker in this one. I'm going to take Thomas Walker 36-14.
You keep taking my scores.
Of course, I always do.
I was going to take Thomas Walker 35-7.
What did I say?
36-14 or something.
I don't know why I said 36, but somehow they're going to get this extra point somehow. Yep. But anyhow, that's the rundown of that for this week. Thank you guys again for listening to us.
Yep.
Sorry we got a couple little colds going on here.
Yep.
And everything. Like us on Facebook. Yep. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on all your favorite podcast platforms. And help us grow. We really appreciate you again.
Keep commenting, too, on our stuff. We love engaging with y'all. Just keep commenting. We post quite a bit of stuff. So
yeah, that helps us grow, too. I mean, it just helps things get out. The more you comment, the more you like things. Helps us. Sean, you got anything else before we sign off here, buddy?
I don't think so, mister. Sure don't. All
right, guys. We'll see y'all here in a few weeks. Next week, I guess.
Next week.
This one right here is going to be it for this episode number 6, man. It's hard to believe that this is already episode 6.
So. It's crazy.
Yep.
It's awesome. But thank y'all for listening again.
Yep. Thanks for listening. Peace out, guys.
See y'all.